How's it going? Today we're doing a list. We're doing top 10 90s New York hip hop albums of all time. There's a lot of good albums that came out during that time period. Let me tell you something. A couple years back, 5 years back, when I was first listening to that stuff, I had been listening to trap and all that for a lot of years. And I was like, oh shit, this is something else. I was like, oh, this is more than just some old like unk music. No, this is good stuff. Um, that time period really was the golden era. Um, and let's just get right into it. I just want to put you on game, give you good recommendations, or if you just already know all these albums, just let me know if you agree, disagree with the order, which ones I chose. Um, I would say first of all, some honorable mentions and some qualifiers are that Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was one I wanted to put in, but it's not pure rap. I only put pure rap albums. And it only really excludes that album. The rest are uh I didn't really have to exclude any other ones besides that. Cause she is singing probably like 60% of the album. Um but yeah, I would say some honorable mentions are definitely some Gangstar stuff. Definitely Biggie's second album, Nas's second album. We also have things like I think Mobb Deep's second album came out at that time. Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Uh, did I include Midnight? Oh, I can't tell anything, but I included one Tribe Called Quest album, but I didn't include Midnight Marauders. But also the We Are Black Star. Um, I think that came out in '90s, as well as Big Pun, his album, and fuck, I got a sore throat today, so hopefully I can still speak. But those are just some honorable mentions. There's a lot more like stuff by like Organized Confusion. I think came out around then. Um, just a lot of good underground stuff, honestly. Uh, but yeah, let's start out by giving the number one. You might already expect it, but it is Illmatic. A little bit sad to say, but I think it's number one, just rap album in general. So it's got to be at the top of the New York 90s, let alone if it's the number one rap album of all time. Um, it is, in my opinion, the best 90s New York album just because it has insane rhyme schemes. Nas has really chill yet complicated and enthusiastic flows. He has extreme levels of storytelling that give a very New York feel. This and probably one other album have the most New York feel to it. But that's not even what we're looking at. We're just looking at what's the best from that time period in that place. But the beats. I mean, they have Premier, they have Pete Rock, they have Large Professor, they have Q-Tip, they have everybody. Um, they have all the big people during that time period from that area. Obviously, DJ Premier was from the South, but um, it was hard not to put this at the top. There were some that I thought, oh, maybe I should put this at the top, but it's just what it is. It's just Illmatic. It is that. Number two we have Enter the Wu Tang. So that's it's just Wu Tang debut. Definitely check it out if you want to check out Wu Tang. We have a couple other Wu Tang albums, solo albums from members I'm about to list off, but this just introduces you to everyone, and they're all probably their most passionate and hungry on the mic that they've ever been on their entire career. RZA's production is insane. RZA in the '90s might have had the one of the highest producer peaks of all time. Um, and introduces all those amazing samples of just Chinese or Eastern kung flu, kung flu, kung fu flicks. Um, and Yeah, it's just got great rapping and just great beats. And it's really fun. And number three, maybe the most New York out of all of them, just with the grime that it has. New York isn't always a grimy place, but just like New York hip hop, is the Infamous by Mobb Deep. Um, it has some of the most iconic songs in rap, such as Shook Ones. My favorite off the album was probably The Start of Your Ending, the very first song on the entire album. I just like it, just chill vibe, yet they have aggressive lyrics. So it's an interesting contrast. It's like kind of binaural, like the beat for Start Your Ending, if you listen to on headphones, it will actually switch which side you're kind of hearing it on for part of the sample, which is pretty cool. So I think that this album shows Prodigy at his absolute peak rapping wise, and it shows Havoc producing amazing things with assistance from Q-Tip. Speaking of Q-Tip, I will mention him in a second, but the drums are insane. The way they manipulated the samples to make it sound eerie and grimy, the way they recorded each thing, so that really gives that feel of being where they are and what they're rapping about. The soundscape is amazing, and the lyrics are just really punchy, grimy. So really impressive project. Number four, we have Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest. Um, you know what it is, just jazzy, chill, yet kind of woke and conscious. Tells about a lot of good things, a lot of just cool little witty things by Q-Tip and Fife Dog. Um, it's just make it fun for the listener. It really is just a fever dream of an album. It's a fun thing. It really brings you just to that vibe of being like in a jazz cafe and just listening to like an open mic session or something. So the Low End Theory. And then number five we have Ready to Die by Biggie. You might have been wondering when I was gonna say it. This used to be my number one favorite rap album of all time for a period of time. Uh and you might be like, why didn't you put it at the start of your list? Um, well, I think overall, I've been trying to analyze the music a bit more, and with more analysis, I think that the storytelling, um, the energy, and the beats of some of these albums a little bit higher up are just tiny bit above, but Ready to Die has some of the most iconic songs of all time, from rap, just not even rap, just in general. Big Papa, Everyday Struggle, Ready to Die, and Juicy. And got a lot more bangers. That if you said Ready to Die is at your top of your list for '90s New York rap albums, I honestly wouldn't hate on it. I honestly wouldn't think that's weird at all. I think it's a fantastic album. Biggie's at his absolute peak, and he has unmatched aggression, as well as introspection. It's a weird combo because he has extreme anger towards everything, but he's also very introspective and talks about one of the most vulnerable things you can do, which is talking about being suicidal. Um, so it's a cool album. Um, then number six, we have Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon, with a guest star of Ghostface Killah. Sadly, I did not have Ghostface Killah's first album on this list. Just real close to being on this list, but it just didn't make it. Same with ODB's album, but um, yeah, Only Built for Cuban Links. I mean, it's just got some of RZA's best beats ever. And Raekwon and Ghostface Killah have unmatched chemistry. They're just rapping like they're brothers. Like, listen to Heaven or Hell when they're just switching off. It's with such ease, they're just comfortable around each other and they know that they're going to be performing top tier on the mic. They have so much confidence. This tales of dealing drugs. It's like a mafia flick. It's very intriguing. I listen to the songs on this album all the time. So I think it's up there. Then what is that? Number 7, 8. I think it's number 7. 7. Uh, we have Black on Both Sides by Mos Def. Just makes it into the 90s. I think it's like 99 that it came out. Uh, I don't have much explaining to do. I mean, it's Mos Def. Uh, he is one of the most interesting lyricists in the ways that he's developed. If you listen to the Ecstatic and listen to Black on Both Sides and compare the two, you will hear that he changes the way that he presents himself in his lyrics all the time. But he's always been conscious. He's always been a very intelligent and intelligible rapper in a way that you learn a lot from what he's rapping, and he tells great stories like Mrs. Fat Booty. That's a classic song. I love that song. That's how I first got introduced to the album. And beats are really cool, but I think the rapping and storytelling is just immensely good. And Mos Def has such a great personality. She's so interesting and just really enigmatic. Number 8, we have Liquid Swords by GZA. Um, I think this has some of the most reflective, spiritual, as well as some of the most reflective and spiritual lyrics. GZA talks about very deep things on this album. He's from the Wu-Tang Clan. If you don't know, he's not RZA, but RZA produced almost everything on this album, if not everything. Features are great. A lot of Wu-Tang members on it. Um, and it's got some of the best Kung Fu Flick samples. It's probably even better than any other RZA produced album. Fu samples. Um, just really cool stuff. Really cool, like cold, like winter vibe. Like it's amazing. I think GZA really has immense lyrical ability, and kind of like Mos Def, he's not too different. Where very he's not like super conscious. He's conscious, but he's just very like aware. In a different sense, he's just a very aware person, and he's got a lot to say about the world. Um, and then for number 9, second to last, but that's not none of these are anywhere near last because these are all great. We have Big L. I wasn't sure if I was gonna add Big L's album, but Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. I think it has some of the best flow just presented all time. I think Biggie's Ready to Die has some of the best too, as well as Nas's album. But Big L, he has such a beautiful presentation with the way that he controls his voice on the mic. Um, and his storytelling on this album is fabulous, and his punchlines are crazy. Uh, it's got so many cool deep cuts on it. The only thing that holds it back really is the production. Some of the production is a little bit just doesn't feel polished enough if I were to best explain it. But yeah, number 10, last but not least, we have Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z. This album has really high highs, D Evils or Devils basically. It has Dead Presidents 2, one of the best rap songs ever in my opinion. It's got a lot of cool stuff. I really like Feeling It. That's a really cool one as well. Uh, with some other ones, Politics as Usual. That's another great one. Regrets. Uh, but the only thing that really holds it back is that uh, some of the songs are just not as polished as and as high highs as some of the other songs on the album. It doesn't feel as even. It drops off a little bit to the end, but the highs are really high on this album. And Jay Z has crazy double entendres. If you want to hear just lyricism without like crazy flows, just laid back, just saying what he's saying. I think this album's great for that. A lot of he puts you on game with a lot of things. I mean, people always say, "Would you rather have $500,000 or dinner with Jay Z?" Well, if you haven't listened to this album, you might as well just take the $500,000 because this album's like 500,000. There's like not $500,000. I'm mixing shit up. It's like dinner with Jay Z. Like he talks about so much stuff about his life and just he has so much advice for you on this album. And it's got cool beats too. So yeah, definitely check out any of these albums if you haven't already listened to them. That's my list. I think that it's subjective. Not everything is necessarily right or wrong. It's just what I would guess would be the most appealing to um real hip hop fans or just people who just would think these are great. And me personally, this is like the order I think are the best, and I enjoy the most. So yeah, that's about it. Keep listening to music, keep enjoying yourself, and just making your time through life a beautiful time. Make sure that you treat others well, treat yourself well, and just stay at ease. Peace.